Hey, how's it going, guys? Cams808 here, bringing you guys some hardcore domination on the map Interchange. And as you can see, I'm using the ACR with the silencer. I got the new tubes attached. Like I said in my last commentary, I put that just in case the enemy team starts to tube. 3 strikes that I will get, then I will start to tube back, because the game sucks. It really sucks, especially when you're playing hardcore. It's like they have Danger Close on all over again from Modern Warfare 2 days. But then again, it's really good that they don't have one-man army. So, but it's in the game, so I use my noob tubes to counter the enemy team when they do set off their noob tubes on us. So as you can see, I'm going to be doing the next spawn trap tutorial on Interchange, and like I said in my last commentary that I did on the hardcore domination map gameplay on Resistance, I was planning on doing it on Interchange or on Resistance, because the Resistance, there's 2 sides that you can actually do a really good spawn trap. Even though at Flag A it's kind of pretty open, but it's pretty easy when you start to narrow down that little gateway where the enemy team do come out from Resistance. But anyways, I'm going to start off in this gameplay. As I usually do, I show you guys the spawn points before we start in the gameplay. We spawn at the end of the corner across from Interchange, not in the long ways of the flags. Like here's B, A's over there, and C's right here. We all spawn in the outer corners that's away from the flags, which makes it kind of difficult sometimes, especially if the enemy team is tryhards, very much tryhards like us. We will go straight to B majority of the times, but of course how we spawn on Interchange, we like to go straight down the line, go all the way, capture C and capture B, and the shed spawn will be at A spawn because they only spawn in 2 spawn points here. But I'm gonna go on the outer corners and I'm gonna show you guys the spawn points first before we start. We can also sometimes spawn in this little area, very rarely, sometimes, but very rarely, but majority of the times the main spawn points is where we spawned at the containers right here, right close to C, and there's another spawn point right by this garage, and a few times in the building, very rarely, but majority of the times will be by the garage. And of course the enemy team spawns at the opposite corner from us, across the map to the farthest point. You spawn by the cabbies, which we call the cabbies because there's little areas where we keep our other barrier of spawn trapping the enemy team at Flag A. We call it cabbies because of course, the cabbies, the taxi cars, the cabs. But yeah, the enemy team spawns here. There's another spawn point that they spawn here, just like on the other side, possibly, very rarely though, they do spawn in this area. But the other 2 spawn points, which I call the shed spawn, is right at Flag A. There's people that spawn in this corner, right here when I'm looking at. There's another one that spawns right here in this corner. And of course, the only 3 areas they can only come out through is this little hall. There's another tight corridor over here. You have to go scramble around these 2 Humvees and then come out over here by the cabbies. But I'm gonna play this, and when we do playing this gameplay, I'm gonna go into my person. We run straight forward to C because we wanna, much as possible, if we get C, we have better chances of strapping up at A. But I'm gonna pause this again, and when we do try to go for 2 flags, we split up in teams. At least 2 people needs to go at C flag, but the fact that it's hardcore dom, we only have 6 players on our team, so 2 people go there and everybody else probably go to B. People will spawn, I'm getting stuck here. But we all spawn from here. Of course, there's routes that we will take. Everybody will be rushing to B, but the really good benefit about getting B when we do spawn in that area where we spawned is enemy team spawns in that corner, right? And of course, they're gonna be trying. Some of them's trying to be going for B, some of them's trying to go for A, and some of them's trying to go for C. But the outlook that we have on B is very easy because we are gonna be coming up from here, and we're gonna go straight to B. Of course, we're gonna be looking down by the cabbies area, and very rarely that they're gonna be coming out from here, because not as much sometimes they will go and run straight to A. A lot of them will actually go for C and try to capture C. But when we do try to capture C, we run from our spawn point, and I always plant my tag right before we get to C, because every time when I do come here, there's always somebody running from this area because the enemy team spawned by the cavies, right? So they're always going to be coming right around this corner. So first hand, I fly my Semtex and aim my sights down to this little corner and try to capture C. And once I do capture C, I take my tack with me and I go through the middle here, or I go around the back area. And if our teammates didn't capture B, we'll continue helping them capture B. And a dirty spot, of course, for my attack is right here behind the truck, because the enemy team spawns at A flag, like I said. 2 spawn points. This guy spawned there in this area. Those 2 guys spawned there, and there's other guys just spawned right here. There's 2 spawn points that they're only going to be spawning, and it's a very, very dirty spawn trap on Interchange because, like I said, very tight quarter areas. When we create our imaginary wall on Interchange, we do not go in here to this door, this hallway here. We do not go past here unless you're working on a Moab or you're running out of bullets. You go in just for a little bit, grab the gun, come right back out. You do not grab the gun and just sit and lie here and just wait for the enemy team to come out. They're not going to spawn them right in front of you because you're way too close to the spawn point. So the areas that we will be controlling is, like I said, down that way. Had a burp. Excuse me. Down this area and this area where you can only go so far, just like down there. If you're running out of bullets, that's the only time you can run in. Or if you're playing kill confirm and the tag is right here, you come in here, grab it, come right back out. If you stay here and look straight down to the spawn points, they're not going to spawn right in front of you. You're going to cause it to flip already. So all the time, majority of the times, these 2 areas, this area, and basically this whole area is already your wall. It's not it's an imaginary wall, but there basically already is a wall for you, and you're only watching 3 areas on the map. No matter how big it is, it's actually really easy to spawn trap the enemy team at flag A. The fact that there's only 3 passageways where they can come out, and like I was saying, the lesser routes the enemy team have on coming out of their spawn points, the easier the spawn trap, and the closer quarters it is, the easier the spawn trap. If I were to look at C, there's too many big areas. Like this little area right here, that's a kind of a big spread, bigger spread than the tanker truck. And over here, like I said, that's a close quarter. It's a lot more skinnier than this side. And if we do have flag A and flag B, it's kind of hard because you got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, and you've got 4 over here, because sometimes they do spawn, like I was saying, the other spawn point, they spawn by the garage, and they can end up coming back here, hiding behind all of these cars by the cavies, and run back to A and try to capture it, or try to go for B over here. But like over here, it's not as tight quarters, because you're looking down here, you may be looking down this way. There's 2 people that can come out from this little hallway and that little hallway and this little area right here. There's three areas where they can come out in this big area, and this is not as tight as the A spawn is to trap the enemy team at their own spawn. But like I said, when they do come out from the building, there's too many objects here, and there's too many open areas. The bigger the open area is on any spawn, is going to be a lot more harder to spawn trap, unless you got everybody that's using tack. When they die, they come right back. They have a tack like really like right here, and they come running right back over here. Then yeah, maybe you can do the spawn trap, but it's a lot more hassle, and it takes a lot more time to trap the enemy team at sea. But the other area here, this little area here, this hall, you can come in here, because the enemy team, like I said, there's only 2 spawn points where the enemy team is going to be spawning, back at flag A. But this green guy is random, is going into the spawn, so duh, he's already going to be flipping the spawn already on us. As you can see, there's people trying to go for C already. Yeah, like I was saying, the spawn points is over there, but the containers, once you push too much, they're going to be spawning closer to C, because that's just how it goes with the spawn points. You go in their spawn, they spawn in your spawn. They spawn in your spawn, they spawn in their spawn. So, continuing on, the area of the cavies, you can actually go in and stay right here. if you wanted to. I mean, the imaginary wall comes in like a big L. You do not... That's an idiot! You're an idiot! You're an idiot! I wish I could slap you right now. Anyways, the imaginary wall over here by the cavies, do not go past this big pillar here. Do not go past this big thing, big cement, long, tall thing. Do not go past this cavies. If you do go past the cavies, you cannot stay here too long. You cannot. It's because it's already gonna flip. It's already gonna flip when you go too far. And this stupid guy keep ruining the damn spawn trap. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're gonna be on TV, buddy. You are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Look at you hiding in that little corner like a damn camper. Look at you. Ah, you died. Anyways, going back up here, I'm gonna give you guys the top view of the spawn trap. As you can see, 3 people just spawned at A flag. Nowhere else. Well, that guy was kind of flanking, but he was already there. But 4 people. I'm gonna be going up. Actually, let me go this way. I'll go this way. It's a lot more easier to see. I'll let you guys look at this for a while. So you guys see how the spawn points works. Like I was saying, the imaginary wall and interchange is like a big L. Starts from that side of that cave area, goes all the way over here, all the way over here. It's like a big L. But it's still that imaginary wall that you cannot go past. If you go past, then you'll end up flipping. They'll be spawning at C, like that guy. So, what do you call? Very, very easy to spawn trap on interchange. And I ended up getting, I actually went on kind of on a roll in this gameplay. Let me see, go back here. Like I was saying, I was using my ACR. The only times that I died a lot was kind of like in the middle. That's when the stupid random ran into the enemy team and spawns got flipped already and people were all over the place kind of thing. But majority of the times, this is pretty much how I would be running my routes. I'd always go back and forth to C, because on the left side it's good to have people stay there majority of the game, because once you lose that little area on the left and once they start coming out like water breaking through their freaking dam kind of thing, they're gonna be out of their spawn already, and it's gonna be kind of hard, especially on ground war. It's gonna be very, very difficult to recap your area. I'm controlling that spawn point on the left side by that tunnel. So anyways, I'm using the ACR in here. I kind of wanted to try to go for my Moab again, but I could not get it because it was always some random flipping the spawn or always getting tubed for close to the point where I'm already done with all my kill streaks or almost freaking there. I just need a couple more kills to get the damn Moab. But no, I get shot. I get a head glitcher, either camping all the way in the back and just snipe my head off so easily, and I'm all like, fuck you. But I'll just let you guys watch. I'm not going to talk too much right now because I already explained the spawn points and how we do it. I'm just going to let you guys have more of a first person view on how I would be running back and forth between perimeters and just checking through, see if they're coming through or not. I kind of went on a roll a little bit on here. Got my Predator, got my Reaper, and I got my AC-130. But my AC-130 didn't last long. I shot it down, so... But I didn't care. I ended up going about, what, 41 to 23 or 25 on this gameplay. And we're playing some hardcore domination. And what I was really, really happy is that I didn't need to use my tubes in this gameplay. Because the fact that the enemy team were getting so spawn fucked at flag A, I did not see any of them bust out no tubes. So I was really happy about that. I don't like tubes, but I keep that on my gun, on my ACR for backup, just in case. If they end up tubing me, then I'll just shoot them right back. But there's another thing I wanted to talk about. When I do get my freaking Moab, when that is gonna be, and Actually, I haven't actually been playing a lot, obviously. That's why I haven't posted a SpongeBob tutorial lately, because I've been really burnt out. And I know I've been saying this for, what, almost about a year already. And I work so much, and I'm super tired, and I don't have time to pretty much play. By the time I get home, I'm burnt out, tired, want to eat, take a shower, take a break a little bit, rest, relax myself from working. And yeah, by the time I get on, it's super late already, and I end up getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So it's like really hard to continue that every day. A lot of work and a lot of gameplay. My brain gets tired. But what I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna be doing adding on another little thing on Fridays. Hopefully on Fridays will be small clips, maybe like 2 minute, maybe about like from 40 seconds to 3 minutes. I'll be having little funny skits or random things that we run into, pretty funny things. Like the video I just posted lately, the how noob spawn kind of thing. I'll be doing random funny stuff like that. So hopefully next one will be a Moab once again, but we'll see what happens. But once I get that Moab gameplay, then I will be starting over my Rusher series all over again from when I did from Black Ops. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial on Interchange. If you have any questions, please PM me or leave a comment on the bottom and I'll answer it. That way more chances that everybody else would have the same question and everybody would be able to see that in the comment box rather than PMing me. But if you have any personal questions, please let me know and ask me about it. That way I can give you guys more advice. If this didn't help, then I can give you more hands-on words on how other ways that I would put it on a spawn shop. So hopefully you guys like this tutorial. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Shooties!